Hello for the 6th week in ordinary time. Look around and you can see painted walls, but I'm not back to normal yet. Temporary situations. One more week. Next week, hopefully, I'll be back to same old, same old. But anyway, 6th week ordinary time. And on vacation, we were talking around with my sister-in-law and two other widows, and I jokingly said, "Don't tell Liz. If you tell Liz, you tell the world." Jokingly. I'll bet you everybody listening to this knows somebody you feel the exact same way. You tell so-and-so this, and you may as well tell the world. Which sort of brings us to the gospel. And what happened in the gospel is the cure. Christ cures this person, but then he says, don't tell anybody. And lo and behold, he does the exact opposite. He goes and he tells everybody. A lot of people ask, well, why did Christ say that? Good question. Not sure I know absolutely the answer, but I can give you a couple presupposed answers or answers that other people have said. One, I guess, could be the possibility. He's pretty clever. Some people just don't tell anybody, and they tell everybody. That would sort of make sense in a sense, because Christ came to save everybody, to save every person in the world. Jew and Hindu, Muslims and Buddhists, agnostics and atheists. He came and saved everybody. So go tell the good news that everybody has been saved in and through Jesus Christ. And using how some of us work. If you say, don't tell this secret, they go out and blab it all around. But I'm not so sure about that. Another explanation of this is after he was cured, this was a leper, and the leper had to say unclean, unclean, or ring a bell, or ruffle his beard, or whatever, mess up his hair, and was by law ostracized from the people. So when a leper was cured, or if he got better, whatever, the leper would have to go back to the priest. The priest would have to examine him, and then they would give him a certificate or a writ of health, bill of health or whatever, and then he or she could go back into the community once again. And so Christ is saying, get yourself to the priest and get yourself back into community where you can be loved and love other people in some normal relationships and get out of this leprosy plague or this leprosy anti-society, at least society anti against you all. And so don't tell anybody, get back to those priests, do the penance as Moses prescribed. I think that makes pretty much sense. But Christ says this more than once, he says this in, where was the other? In Mark. He told the same thing to draw, well, first of all, another thing is, when Christ did a few of these miracles, people started to flock to Christ to see a miracle or to receive a miracle. And so all the lame and the sick and the ones with evil spirits or mental illnesses and so forth, many of them came to get a miracle. The woman, if I can only touch the hem of his garment, my hemorrhages will be cleared up. And she was right. But many people just came for a miracle, and many people came almost to see, I guess in our terminology, almost like a rock star. People followed him wherever he went. They pressed in upon him wherever he was. And Jesus was saying, they come here for the miracle. They're not coming for the message. I want to give the people the message. And yes, I'll use a miracle maybe to attract a few or say something by the miracle message, but many came just for the miracle, just for the show. And so people say Jesus told people not to tell anybody if they had been cured because he had plenty of people there just for the show. You know, in Matthew 9:30, Jesus cures two blind men, and their eyes were opened. And Jesus sternly warned them, see that no one knows about it. So he does that quite a few times. Don't tell anybody. I don't need any more people to know that I'm doing some of these wild things. Well, we know in last week's I said about the miracles, there are 37 miracles, somebody said in the New Testament, documented, individual people. Other people say, well, there are 333. I guess they say, well, he cured many blind or he cured many lame or all these many generic statements. I guess that's how they got up to 333. I don't know. But Jesus did many or a few miracles for different reasons. Their faith, just his compassion, just as the scriptures said that he's going to come and cure the Messiah, come and cure the lame, the sick, the blind, etc. And he fulfilled all of those. I think it's sort of interesting that do I get the message? Do we get the message? You know, one time after he fed 5,000, he fed that 5,000 people, and he says, you people are coming here to see me. You don't come here to hear the message. You come to get something to eat. And sort of a wild way of getting something to eat. 5 barley loaves, 2 fish. You came to my mother's wedding party that she took me to when they ran out of wine. And you got 150 gallons of wine. And you didn't just get 150 gallons of wine. You got 150 gallons of good wine, the best wine, the wine that they saved to last. And usually they serve the best, and then when you got a little bit tipsy, you couldn't tell the difference between the best and the worst. So Jesus says, go to the priest, give thanks, get a statement of your health again, and get back in society and live well. The kingdom of God is upon you. So he uses these signs and these miracles very often as signs of who he is, what is to come, and what life is really all about. Pretty good. Well, Liz, don't tell Liz. If you tell Liz, you'll tell the world. Have a good day.